Swipe left. Oh goodness. Swipe left. Left. Maybe. Nah, swipe left. Whoa, there you go. Swipe right. I'm just looking for the best match. So many options. There are hundreds of potential matches in my local area. That's the psychology of dating apps, like Tinder and Match. Restless contenders swiping left to dislike and swiping right to like. The allure of immediate gratification is everywhere. Our smartphones and electronic devices are constantly seducing us with something better. A better running shoe, a better coffee maker, a better dentist. What if your patients read a review about the warm-scented towel treatment at that new dental spa? What if they hear about CEREC same-day restorations or implants in an hour? Are your patients about to swipe left on you and swipe right on another dentist? Welcome to the dental dating game. I'm your host today, here to show you how to make patients fall in love with your practice by mastering the 3 phases of patient relationships: attraction, dating, and commitment. We'll see how attracting and retaining the ideal patient entails winning hearts as well as minds. So what attracts patients? Are you attracting patients who are a good match for your practice? A national survey was recently conducted of over 3,000 consumers to determine what dental patients want. Patients said they're looking for convenience, great reviews, and advanced technology. Do you make it easy to be with you? What if you were on a matchmaking site like Tinder and your prospective date responded the way many dental practices do? Well, no, I can't meet you after work. No, I don't do lunch appointments. Nope, weekends are out. Oh yeah, and Fridays won't work either. Is your practice compatible with the patients you're pursuing? Patients regard your practice as meant to be when you accept their insurance. What do others say about you? Are you tech savvy and in the know? Armed with research on what dental patients want, you can enhance the features that attract patients. But attraction is about more than checking off boxes. We've all been on a date that made sense on paper, but the date was missing that elusive component, chemistry. So what creates chemistry? When your vision clearly articulates what you stand for and what you value, your ideal patients will be captivated. Many dentists assume they are in the pain-based, needs-based, insurance-based business. It makes sense logically. But when dental teams clarify what they're truly passionate about, they discover their exciting mission to help patients look better, feel better, sleep better, and live longer. If the practice has a vision that brings joy and enthusiasm to the dentists and the team, that is attractive. You've got your first date scheduled, also known as the new patient experience. What can you do now to set yourself apart and really wow your date? Imagine your perfect first date. That first phone call, the charming way they answer the phone. You know right away that you like them. For your first date, they take you to the most impressive venue, a glamorous, inviting dental practice. They give you a tour of the facility, and you love how enthusiastic they are as they show off their state-of-the-art technology. You admire the harmonious interactions among everyone in your date's entourage. You feel like all of your needs are attended to, and there's never a moment that feels cold or awkward. In fact, you're left with the impression that they're excited to see you again. Armed with these basics of the wow experience, the next thing you'll need is a powerful way to connect. Have you ever been on a date, and your date does all the talking and doesn't seem interested in what you want from the relationship? This happens in many dental practices, even with the best intentions. The doctor and the team are so anxious to wow the new patient, they start babbling about all the things they hope will impress them without bothering to ask. Patients respond better when you ask them about their dental values instead of telling them what they need. Ask your patients, what's most important to you in the dental care you receive today? Different patients might respond cost, time, quality, trust, or comfort. You wow your patients by connecting with them, not by educating them. I mean, do you want to be educated on your date? Once you know what your patient values, how do you connect their dental values to your treatment plan? Say your patient says longevity is the most important thing to them. Describe how long a quality restoration will last. If your patient's main concern is avoiding pain, describe how your dental care will minimize their pain. If your patient is looking for aesthetics, help them visualize how beautiful their smile will be. By honoring your patient's dental values, you're giving them what they want rather than selling. Once you're connecting with your patients, are you ready to commit? How do practices and patients make the shift from one-night stands into long-term relationships? How do we go from transactional dentistry to transformational dentistry? When you're dating someone and considering a long-term relationship, you're looking for signs that you can depend on them, like do they consistently schedule the next date? To build trust with your patients, you must demonstrate that you are consistent and reliable. Are you calling patients who are past due for their recare? Would you be surprised to hear that in the average dental practice in the US, only 1/3 of patients come back consistently for their regular recare appointments? This is where I'd like to turn the mouth mirror around on you, dental teams. Are you the one swiping left? Are you constantly looking for new patients? More patients? Somebody ready to pay fee for service for a full mouth rehab? When you're in a relationship, it might seem like the grass is greener over there. But getting your current patients to see you on the recommended recare schedule is easier and less expensive than winning over new patients. The biggest breakdown in long-term relationships is a breakdown in communication. I will admit that I have had more than one relationship in my life that ended over a disagreement. It could be a conversation about whether or not they're into B.B. King. They say, I'm not really into the blues. And I decide, well, I guess that relationship is over. If your patient doesn't agree with your treatment presentation, are you blaming the patient? They don't care about their oral health. A master communicator always takes responsibility for the outcome of the communication. Kevin Duncan explains the marketing theory called love marks. Creating loyalty beyond reason requires emotional connections that generate the highest levels of love and respect for your brand. I'm married, and I imagine I had the same hopes many people have when they get married. All right, I've got him locked in. My work is done. Smooth sailing from here on out. I don't want to have to keep proving myself. Isn't that why we got married in the first place? Keeping the spark alive doesn't have to be hard. We cultivate the relationship with our partner by relating to them emotionally, not by impressing them intellectually. Lasting relationships, whether with a date or a dental patient, are built by winning hearts more than minds. I encourage you to make an emotional connection with your patients by finding out what's most important to them. Build love and respect for your practice by making every patient experience into a wow experience. Commit to your patients, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. If you'd like help attracting patients and making them fall in love with your practice, connect with me, your host and matchmaker, Aimee Nevins.